If he lives and we die, his truth becomes written.
You told a Glock, that bitch your face. You don't want smoke, get out my face. You niggas ain't rapping, such a disgrace. That boy stay capping, need a cage. Can't walk this darkness in my place. I got cold white inside.
Canadian summers just hit different with Tim's. I know. Introducing 2 new sparkling quenchers made with natural flavors and colors. Memories are made with quenchers.
You don't want smoke, get out my face.
History is written by the victor. History is filled with liars. If he lives and we die, his truth becomes written.
You told a Glock, that bitch your face. You don't want smoke, get out my face. You niggas ain't rapping, such a disgrace. That boy stay capping, need a cage. Can't walk this darkness in my place. I got cold white inside my face. You niggas ain't rapping, such a disgrace. That boy stay capping, need a cage. You told a Glock, that bitch your face. You don't want smoke, get out my face. You niggas ain't rapping, such a disgrace. That boy stay capping, need a cage. Can't walk this darkness in my place. I got cold white inside my face. You niggas ain't rapping, such a disgrace. That boy stay capping, need a cage. Don't fuck with lanes, don't fuck with faction. Don't care about bitches and distraction. My bank account, another transaction. We count them digits and subtract it. Don't fuck with lanes, don't fuck with faction. Don't care about bitches and distraction. My bank account, another transaction. We caught that nigga, sent him packing. Yeah, we send it niggas packing. Don't give a fuck about the past. He hit the pavement, now he napping. You need some shit, just tap, tap, tap it. Just know your role and play your part. You're all talk and you're all bar. We see the loser in your heart, so please stop acting like you're smart. We left that loser in a ditch. That's what you get for talking shit. These niggas talking tough for Twitter, but I know you're full of it. Talking about slime, talking about gang. Nigga, you do not have no click. Nigga trying to say I make a mad, but boy, you really make me sick. You told a Glock, that bitch your face. You don't want smoke, get out my face. You niggas ain't rapping, such a disgrace. That boy stay capping, need a cage. Can't walk this darkness in my place. I got cold white inside my face. You niggas ain't rapping, such a disgrace. That boy stay capping, he need a cage. You told a Glock, that bitch your face. You don't want smoke, get out my face. You niggas ain't rapping, such a disgrace. That boy stay capping, he need a cage. Can't walk this darkness in my place. I got cold white inside my face. You niggas ain't rapping, such a disgrace. That boy stay capping, he need a cage. Don't fuck with lanes, don't fuck with faction. Don't care about bitches and distraction. My bank account, another transaction. We count them digits and subtract it. Don't fuck with lanes, don't fuck with faction. Don't care about bitches and distraction. My bank account, another transaction. We caught that nigga, sent him packing.
Oi! What's poppin', people? What it do? Can I be heard? I can be heard, right? I could be heard, right? Let me just adjust this a little bit. Bada boom, bada bing. You are on time. I see I got the name right this time. I paid attention. Nah, you're good. Nia is something some girls call me, but Nia is different. And it's NYA. But Nia Long. Yo, what's up? We can hear you. What's all right. I want to make it clear that I'm not upset. I just have questions. It's like my takeaway from the chapter is I have a lot of questions. I am literally the question from the ace vein first. I got some questions. Well, if they're questions about water, I could answer them. Do you think you'd have more answers about water than more questions than I would have about water? That's how I feel. I just left that chapter being like, I just have a lot of inquiries. I don't keep saying questions. A lot of things I want to ask. But how's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone's feeling good. How did you guys feel about the chapter on the U of Tubes? Make sure you like that motherfucking video, man. Like that video. So, red durag, yes. I'm in red today. I don't know why I'm wearing red today. I'm a Crip. Crody. And I'm not a crib. I'm talking. I'm kidding. Mom, I'm kidding. I'm a good boy. A Vanitas classic. Yes. Have to bring back the Vince. Shout out to Violin Azul for making my new start stream screen. I gotta I'm probably gonna throw it in the editor and put a song beside it. But yeah. You got mid. We got amazing. You got question powers too. You unlocked your question powers. You joined me and Simi because only me. I was the first to unlock my question powers, and then Simi unlocked his question powers. And this is why I tell people don't ask me questions while I'm asking you questions. Imagine if most of our questions were because the translators asked translation. I hope so. I really felt like the translation failed us this week from the hood scans. I definitely believe that. This is why I think it's always nice to have two. Even though I think Cosmic was bad, having two different translations to bounce in between gave us a grander understanding of what was really meant to be said, or at least in tonality, what the text bubble or speech bubble was supposed to convey. So I do want to make that clear. I do think a lot of it could be a translation thing, and maybe by the time the official comes out, it's a lot clearer. Though I find at this point, for Tower of God, there is no entity, body, or creative team of people, whether it's official, non-official, scans, translators, that do a phenomenal job. I think it's always a little wonky. I don't know if people agree with that. I think it's kind of bad across the board. All things considered. I got ads? But Mad33, why did you think it was amazing? Talk to me. I do want different perspectives, so maybe you noticed something that I didn't. I walked away from the chapter kind of like, and kind of like, I'll see that part after. The blood's about to pull up now. The red do-rag is the unmoved joint. It is from that. The blue usually means more moved. Why is Baam acting like he Lelouch with the way he predicting Dumas's moves? And it's the narrator on some Hunter x Hunter BS telling me this. Once we're past here, we'll be okay again, I think. I think I agree with you, Tony. Better than last week's, but still kind of so-so, I think. That's kind of where I am at hand. Like, yeah, it's a better chapter than last week, but... Like, for me, it's as simple as... If I just read the chapter, like, let's say it's like, oh, I'm a regular... I don't know why I said that. Like, I'm not a regular civilian, but I'm just like a regular Tower of God enjoyer. It's new chapter. And I read it. I'd be like, whatever. And move on with my day. It's the fact I got to read it and find a way to talk to you guys about what happened when I don't have nothing to say. Like, I take time out my day to talk about the content. So that's the part that's more frustrating. If I was just reading it, I probably wouldn't even care, bro. There's no good translation of TOG. Just go with the translation that fits your agendas best. There you go. Honestly, this chapter took a 7 out of 10. I think I gave it a 5.5 or 6. I don't remember what I gave it. I liked it because it was clear and stuff in the fight was actually explained, so people can't just question why the characters didn't do X and Y. Clear? Do you mean that the narration cleared up things for you? Or did you mean the artistry was clear? Because I don't think I agree with the artistry. I still couldn't tell what was happening. That's just me, though. Again, maybe I'm blind. I think I'll enjoy it more when I eventually reread Tower of God when I'm reading a lot of chapters in a row. Fair enough. He's hyped today. Since the Lusek Urek fight, the chapter's been alright, and Leviathan was talking like he was waiting to go crazy on Traumerei just to take some skin off Dumas. That was another question that I had, Cam, where it was like, okay, so Baam has used Leviathan's powers before. It's not the first time. Sorry, let me just wipe my nose. Give me a second. Sorry. Oh, God. My fault. Okay. So, Leviathan. So, when Baam literally first got Leviathan and he met up with Hajin Sung, remember he used that Dragon Claw attack to draw blood from Lopobia Holland. My tongue is hot. That guy. Erling Braut Holland. The next time, I believe, or maybe before that, it might have been Lopobia Ren. Was Ren after that or before that? I think it was after that. Lopobia Ren. We saw him summon it with the orb and like pack Leviathan. So My best comparison for that was Naruto Uzumaki. Remember when he first kind of subdued Kurama and would kind of siphon his chakra without his permission? It worked differently than when Kurama and Naruto had a good relationship and they worked in tandem. So to me, Baam could only forcibly extract some of Leviathan's power when he needed to, but now the Leviathan was like, I was gonna save it for Trauma Ray, but since you're getting your ass beat, I'm gonna give you power now. I think he has more access to it, and that's why he transformed, and he looks the way that he does. I had a point. Oh, my question is that all you got? Because if that was all you were saving, and like Cam said, you just took some skin off Dumas, this 3 dragons ish, just throw it away already. The eggs are useless. Let's just stop cooking. Stop right now. Stop it. If there's more power that Leviathan's holding back, different story. So just to address what Cam said, 40 people in here, hit the like button, or else I will find you and I will throw you into Baam. You'll be stuck inside Baam too. Never to be used. What y'all saying? I get a 5.5. Okay, thank you. I really, y'all really be remembering better than myself more than I do. I really like the power up itself, but the moment was kind of whack, like rack, but not as bad. Okay, that's fair. Transformation needs to be condensed. How do you guys like the transformation aesthetically with the mandibles, the double helix horn and stuff, and the mandible arrow? If we need a Togashi narrator to make ish clear in the chapter, you have a problem with SIU? I'm not a fan of the Leviathan bow, though. I prefer when Baam just makes the pure Shinsu bow instead. My guess was the bow was maybe made from the souls or the spirits, maybe inside of him with the crown power. So maybe having a physical bow works in a different way. I hear you though. I mean, the narration and Dumas' thoughts made the fight clear. Because not gonna lie, there was a lot of stuff that kind of made more sense on the reread. But for some reason, people forgot a lot of the earlier info. What do you mean by that? What earlier info? What's this rat get now? Long story short, Glam. He got knocked out last week. I think you knew that. Leviathan, the Traumare snake dragon thing was like, hey, you're getting your ass beat. You want some power? And then Baam started getting up, firing arrows and hurting Dumas. So yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up, Raphael? What's going on, man? I'm not alone in getting Naruto vibes. That's kind of like the best. Sometimes when I think of an example, I try not to use something too esoteric because I can be like, okay, so there's one comic book I like called Monstrous, and people are like, what the fuck is he talking about? So I have to use, but like Naruto came to mind for sure. Which makes it seem like SIU is writing out his butt, so the narration clearing things up for people who would say SIU just making ish happen. I don't mind. I mean, to each their own. Can't be mad at that. Don't dislike the chapter, but SIU gave me power up fatigue with Baam. Bro, unlock a new Unga Bunga force to shoot new rah-rah arrows each fight. Fair enough. It's interesting that when Baam has Traumara's power, the thorns kind of turn into the double helix and the theme of Traumara's room. I did point it out a little bit. Does Baam still have something against burning souls? I don't know, man. Yeah, Baam is not ready for Dumas. Also, Baam needs a crazy non-Rachel influenced rage moment. Did anybody expect a dark change / dark twist though? Do you think that would have been more effective with like the rain and the rot and stuff? I don't know. There was that one chapter where Leviathan said it was time for Baam to use his power through transformation, but that ish only came to fruition 20 chapters later. I remember him wanting him to like fight Traumare, but yeah. You also got to think about how A-Woods Gaming, where's the rest of your sentence, brother? Stuck inside Baam, don't promise me with a good time. Hey, yo. The double helix got to go. That stuff needs to go back to being regular horns. I kind of like the regular. I like that Baam's like true self mode was like Minimal, like minimal. I like the minimalistic look of it. I don't think transformation have to be like, and now my hair is Super Saiyan 3. I got dicks coming out my shoulder. I got horns on my back. I got a tail now. I don't need all that. Sometimes less is more. It's a little boop, boop. I like that. So yeah. You'll be stuck inside, Baam. Never used, never to be used. Exactly, never to be used. Double Helix kind of ugly in my opinion. Oh, fair enough. I admit it's not clear, but I definitely take the Leviathan thing as him not wanting to fully exert its power, like the other instances were just a small parts of its power. I'm not mad at that take. I think Dumas might be the gateway to becoming family head level. If you can mid-diff someone like him, you might be a level of the family leaders. I don't think Dumas is that powerful, but to be top 3 in a great family, you're a big fucking deal, though. Absolutely, a big deal. The power-up aesthetically is solid, seen worse. The question is it enough, or how much power is Baam going to have to draw out? Okay, I like this chapter. Tell me more. Why did you like it? Why did you like it? Talk to me. Baam also needs to be strong enough to use Leviathan to its full potential, but I think each individual thorn fragment is way stronger than Dumas, but Baam can't handle it. That's interesting. So maybe Dumas is only... Leviathan is outputting as much power as Baam could take. Also, another question I had was, is Baam still very injured? Did the injuries he took from Dumas still matter here? Did he heal? Is he ignoring the pain because he's just using all the power? Like, that wasn't clear to me. You see, that's why I said Baam would beat Lees. He would just keep getting power-ups until he wins. I had to post that on my main channel, the Redux. I forgot. I don't think I did I? Dude, I gotta do that. Looks fine. The power itself is just not satisfying with how we got here. Also, Baam feeling the damage, not feeling the damage now. I wonder if SIU is planning on Baam losing Leviathan, giving Levy pointing, telling us the other parts of Tram. I mean, Tramare is going to need to recover his members at some point, right? It feels like, I guess it's a good question. I don't have the answer. It's a good question, though. What do I think? I feel like there's a way for Tramare to extract the memories, maybe without taking back Leviathan. I don't know. That's a good question. I expected that red orb in the white fight. I thought this would be the moment he would use his powers, though. Fuse his powers, though. Okay. By the retailer info, I mean like Baam not having full access to Leviathan or even Kun Firefish, because the setup was there in the nest where him and White both worked on the spell together. True. When it comes to Leviathan's line about Tramare Shinwan Ryu, considering another translation for it is the Shinsu Black Hole Sphere, might have to do with it. I think Haku debunked that. Didn't Haku tell us that the literal translation for Shinwan Ryu is not even close to being Black Shinsu Sphere? This is like the essence of bravery is actually more, should be translated to the essence of nothingness, not the essence of bravery. So I think there's a translation thing there going on, Omar, but I could be misremembering that. Leviathan power aside, is he even using all the power-ups, transformation, or whatever they were when we fought White? I don't think so. Like the video. I prefer Baam with a single thorn and butterfly Shinsu wings. I like the blue, the red, the wings, and I'm pretty good. Minimal. I'm good with that. I'm cool with it. Void Essence. I think that's what it was. Void Essence. Like Void. Essence of Void or something like that. Especially since Baam is going to win, probably by stacking more power on himself. Maybe he could have instinctively used the time rewind technique on his body to revive himself to some extent. I'm not mad at people having these thoughts, Med33, but I believe that a good author, a good writer, a good creative team makes that obvious, even if it's implicit. And I think sometimes as a community, as fans of series, it's not just Tower of God, this is in general, we do a lot of thinking for the author, for the film creator, the director, whoever the case is. Where we shouldn't have to do that work for them. We can still have our discourse discuss, have our theories and whatnot, but make that clear so I don't have to guess. I find that One Piece fans love doing this. Like, I don't think Oda meant all that, bro. Like, so. Blah, 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 blah. Bam fused with Leviathan unlock pain resistance and calm mind. I've heard Shinwan Ryu being translated as divine source. Was it divine source? I don't remember. Check Haku of the Tubes. I'm pretty sure he has a video on what Shinwan Ryu really should translate to and how Black Shinsu whole sphere is a terrible translation. I speak French. I speak English. I do not speak Korean. I cannot help you. Essence of murder out. Essence of Apiary went dumb. Apiary, man. Essence of violence. I'm glad Baam is starting to use the full power of Leviathan instead of the dark twist. We still need to see what he can do with White's power. True. I want Baam to actually use everything this time before going dark twist. For some reason, he never used the souls against White round 2. Though I think he did when he absorbed, but never actually used it as a power-up. I think the souls burning is finite. I do think he burned a lot in the fight with White, just not all. And then I think the crown may have been a replacement of some sort. Again, all of these are just speculations based on what I've seen. I have no way of knowing for certain. I think he said Shinwan Ryu is more like Whirlpool. Maybe it was that. I don't remember, though. I don't remember. But I know it doesn't mean black hole Shinsu sphere. I know that's probably wrong. So do I think that these 3 eggs was pulled out of Shinsu's... Well, we had the 3 dragons thing. I think Leviathan was just saying the 3 water dragon, whatever the case may be, started off as 3 eggs that he incubated and created himself, and then they became what they became. My guess is it Raging Rapids? Or one of the dragons we've seen him use, Leviathan, and another one are the 3 he's talking about. Again, I am merely a host. I am only a conduit. I am not chosen. I am not on the staff. I do not have the answers, Sway. Do you think Leviathan was hiding power because he didn't want to tell Traumare he was there, or hiding power because it's limited? I think he just wants to kill Traumare. He doesn't care about Dumas. And Dumas is a Pobedal member. But because he's currently stuck in Baam and he knows Baam isn't a regular and could somehow maybe handle the full power of Leviathan, he doesn't want him to die here before revenge, and thus he lent in some power. That's my best guess. Baam will just be a mishmash of random abomination transformation in the series. I made the joke that he'll have like the mandible, 3 horns, doing a triple helix, then like different types of wings, blue ore, Black March with the elephant stand, fire elephant behind him. Like it's gonna be like just a bunch of shit just behind him when he transforms in the end of the series. So yeah. Why does Baam always need visual upgrades to his power-ups? I missed the butterfly wing with Baam. I'm with you. Mind as well. Might as well give back a cock ring for his next power. Like, I didn't think he was gonna say that. Sorry. I'm a child and my humor is juvenile. Oh man. If Baam was to go piercing mode, will Leviathan level also go up? And by how much? It's like the Threса levels, the level of piercing shouldn't be linear but exponential compared to the thorns alone. Are you talking about when he exudes the power of an administrator in true self mode, when he used against Data Zahard? I just want to make sure we're on the same page. The most problematic power of Baam is his copy ability. If Dragon Tiger Gate could threaten Dumas, then Baam should be spamming Urex cringe name attack. I just looked up, but if you're wondering what's the meaning of Shinwan Ryu, source of Shinsu is much closer to the real meaning. There you go. So source of Shinsu, maybe the origin of Shinsu, divine waters beginnings. I don't know. So current Traumare isn't prime. I don't think he isn't prime. I don't know that he isn't prime, but he might just be missing something. I don't know, man. I wish I had answers for you guys. I'm just as confused. I left this, like, again, I'm not mad at the chapter. I think it was garbage or anything. I was just like, boy, am I confused. I have a lot of questions. And I don't know that they're going to get answered. Jumped on the stream and just realized I haven't read the chapter yet. Go read that chapter. From what I've seen, Dumas to me has come across as stronger than Caliban, even though Caliban's my guy. Pharmacy Dumas is stronger. Wait, is Dumas or Caliban stronger because Bam's still going to run that fade with Caliban? He appeared to struggle with both. LOL. I don't think Bam will lose to Caliban anymore. Bam has been able to hurt Caliban with just regular Shinwan Ryu with nothing crazy and no power-ups. He had to literally achieve a new form and transformation to put a dent in Dumas. I don't think it's the same. I think it's Dumas greater than Caliban, as much as that hurts me. And they're similar brawlers where they have incredibly thick skin, or just their heart, they're pierced, or very tough defenses. I feel like the line by Bam calling Dumas small feels like something Leviathan would say and not Bam. Maybe the emotions passed along in that state. I'm gonna disagree with that because I don't think it's impossible, but I don't think Leviathan took Bam over. Because even when Bam was seemingly in a trance during his dark twist, he was thinking. He was trying to lure in White to absorb his power and his spell. Conversely, I think you have to make that more obvious. But to me, it seemed like Bam was starting to understand the limitation, the scopes, and the outline of what Dumas was truly capable of doing. I think Bam was originally fighting him, having no idea how powerful, weak, or somewhere in between that Dumas was, and now he has a clear understanding. But I could be wrong. You could be right. You might be right, though. Dumas would mess up Caliban, to be honest. I don't know how the fight would go. I couldn't tell you. But I don't think Caliban would win. I don't know, like you guys love mid. Is it a mid diff, low diff, high diff? I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm more of a fan of characters having and developing their own powers, unique powers, than stealing them by stuff. But hey, we got what we got, man. I meant the difference between when Bam stabbed himself with the thorns and the thorns just standing there. I feel like the stab level of touches should go up by more than 1 or 2 levels. Maybe. Dumas is dummy thing. So I was thinking to myself, and oh my God, Bam has a lot of Leviathan, Thorns, Black March Souls, Red, Blue, Shinwan Ryu, Piercing Techniques, Orbs, Bang, Dark Twist, and more. He has a lot of stuff, man. I need a strong lone wolf type of character in TOG without any great families or affiliation, just a strong old man with no alliance in the top 20s. Would be nice. Would be nice. Do I think Dumas has another form? I could see his real form being whatever we see under his forehead. We know he doesn't have to necessarily be a regular human like Proust. I don't know. I have no idea. You think he's hiding? I think he's hiding more techniques and skills. I don't know that he's hiding another form though. Jin Sung almost beat Caliban and got beaten by Dumas effortlessly. Did Caliban almost lose to Jin Sung? I don't think I agree with your assessment. I mean, based on what you're saying, fair enough. But I don't agree that Jin Sung almost beat Caliban. I don't agree with that assessment. Bam seems to be having the perspective of the family heads. He views him as smaller now, kind of like how the family heads view them as insects. Okay, makes sense. Him as Dumas. Bam getting close to that bug is a bug mentality. So you think maybe with more power, the more he has to make sure he doesn't fall into that mindset? Interesting. We have never seen anyone who can tank a Caliban attack though. I mean, up until fighting White, even him fighting Yuri, Evankel, and Karaka while injured, he was putting up a good fight. So, I mean, Caliban's impressive, but he's old news now. He's old news. Waiting for SIU to give Bam some full body transformation so I could look at my screen with the meanest smug. How would you go about consolidating all of Bam's abilities? Didn't White say something about converging all of his powers together? Whatever White was talking about before he used the arrow. I always find these type of questions difficult to answer because I don't think I would be in this predicament. The idea of giving my main character or character all these different power-ups and items and abilities and forms without them mastering what they already have is just not a decision that I'd ever make. So I wouldn't be here. So it's hard for me to say how I'll do that because I wouldn't even have gone down this route on a personal level. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't be in this hole is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm such a good writer that I wouldn't find my back against the wall with some shit that I'm writing, but this mistake, Naya would never make. Didn't Caliban tell Din Song if you had followed an attack, you would have won? But he didn't follow it up. That's his fault. Also, I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering the fight. It's been a while since I've seen it. I remember the fight starting off, it's pretty even. Then he pops Essence of Bravery. He's kind of winning pretty convincingly. Then he uses Dragon Tiger Gate. Didn't follow it up. He was like, you should have followed it up. Then fucked his hands up. Then he tried to use he used Fast Skip. Then Machete came and snuck and hit him with the Sneaker Sneak. I'm not saying Caliban was whooping his ass and it was like 10 out of 10 times Caliban wins, but I don't remember it being like Jin Sung had the upper hand. Like I don't think he did. Again, I may have to reread it. I don't know, but fair enough. I think Baam's perspective shift is purely due to having a part of trauma in him now. Okay. He did say his trauma race powers. Baam's abilities are less convoluted when you group them together. Thorns, Thressa, Black Mars, Leviathan, Orbs, and Dark Chains are just his Shinsu shape and quality. You're still missing a few things, but yeah, I got you. I don't consider the orbs and stuff like that. Those are abilities, techniques, and skills. I'm talking about like the power-ups and forms and stuff. Next chapter, Dumas be like Fist of Medusa. For real. If I was writing, Baam would have been family head level on floor 20. He said based. Data Jahar and Data Idwan was nice with the mastery. Yep. When do you think will be the next time we do a big time skip? We already know that there has to be more after this arc. We must skip to floor 70, 50, leading up to 477. I just have no way of knowing that. I don't know. I just don't. I have no thoughts about it. I don't think about the time skip. I couldn't tell you. Maybe around Wall Hike Sung time. Baam has almost zero focus on any of extra abilities except the Thorn. Yep. How do you stay dedicated to writing one story? Because I've written like 5 webtoons and gave them on each around 9 because I found another instant idea way more interesting or the current story bored me. You write short stories then. You don't write anything ongoing or lengthy. You write a plethora of short stories. You do something like what Urasawa or Asano Inio does. I know Pum Pum is long and Monster is long, but instead of focusing on longer concepts or longer series, you make something that's like 20 to 30 chapters. You make more condensed stories and you're good. I think for you to stick with the same narrative for many, many years, you have to love what you're doing and love what you're writing. And I don't think many people have that. You might have to even put it on hiatus, step away from it, and come back. Some comic book artists do this or writers do this. They might do 50 chapters of Saga, write some Marvel, write some DC, then come back, right? Rick Remender might focus on Deadly Class, then he might focus on Low, then he might, do some Captain America, then come back. It just depends on, you have to know yourself. I can't tell that for you. You have to know yourself. Me, I don't like to not complete what I'm doing, so I'm going to see it to the end. But I'm not a person who would ever write a One Piece, a Naruto, a Dragon Ball, a 300 chapter plus story. Mine would probably all end within 100. So, as not to get bored. But conversely, another thing to do is to have a way to spice it up. I think the reason Hirohiko Araki never gets bored with JoJo is because he switches parts, themes, characters, abilities, areas, totally different locations. Part 1 and 2 is Haman, Art of Sendo, Art of the Mystics, right? Sendo and Ripple, sorry. And that part 1 is like a horror story. It's like horror. It's like vampires and ish. Jack the Ripper and ish. In England, for the most part. 3 and it's like an odyssey around the world with a different power-up stands. 6 is a prison escape. We're in America. 5, we're in Italy. We mobsters. We in the mafia. Like, because he can switch up the tone, the aesthetic, and the powers and the goals, I think JoJo stays fresh. So again, you just got to know yourself and know what type of story it is you want to write. Because I get that. When I was younger, I had that problem. As soon as I thought of something cooler, I'd abandon my old idea or old story. So yeah. Just give him some gold butterfly wings and black horns and say he mastered all the powers. So you getting messy with these form designs. Maybe converge them into one overall design or theme within Bam. Maybe Bam needs some type of symbol or animal type of representation of something of the sort. So I don't know. Yeah. I wonder, did Bam's inner world get bigger since the data floor? Because I find it weird he was surprised by it this time. So did I, bro. But I don't know what to make about that. I don't think Bam's ever really understood his own power. He only stated against Ren, against the fight he controlled himself, so I don't think he's realized yet how to use his irregular power. So only human. My question for you is, don't you think that's a problem this deep into the story? Why hasn't he explored that or asked questions? I will not try to do a 3-point dunk. I don't know. I think a better example. I don't work on a new skill until I've mastered another skill that I wanted to do. So for football, before I started doing step overs, just a quick body feint, in and out. And until I am very comfortable with that, I'm not stacking another technique onto it. Step overs came after. Until I mastered my left foot, I'm not worried about being able to do rainbow flicks over 4 defenders. Master my left foot until it feels like it's my right foot. That's a skill issue. That's Bam's problem. Bam's fault and his own problem. I'm not saying his powers aren't so wonky and mysterious and, hard to grasp that it wouldn't take time and effort, but he's not putting that effort and time in. He just keeps getting more shit. So yeah. Where was I at? My throat is hurting. God damn, I need some ashwagandha tea, man. Blah blah blah. I think also if Nye was writing Bam would have gotten fucked up by White. Oh for sure. That wouldn't even have happened yet, because I would have saved White for later. But of course he would have lost that. His black Shinsu goes hard, but the author wants to utilize his red and blue tentacle arm transformation. I do think Bam is gonna go with Gustang. I think he'll teach Bam how to be himself, not just copy essentially fodder. Black Shinsu and his Shinwan Ryu instead of generic light ball space warping. My only pushback to that is I'd argue that Bam's technique replication is his irregular specialty, or maybe his ability to consume and store things within himself. It's one, two, or the other. I'm not mad at that take, but I feel like every irregular came into the tower with their own gimmick or specialty that they do better than anyone else. I think copy ability is Bam's, so I think he'll always have it and use it, but that's an interesting take. If the world building is rich enough, it's easier to pull narrative threads when you need them. Yep. I guess that was Togashi took from Araki then. Going from... I guess Hunter has different themes and different levels of ambience depending on it, whatever, but Togashi a bum. I wouldn't say Jin Sung was winning, but it's implied he would have fucked him up if it not for the you just have to understand how I think. I'm not telling anyone they're wrong on their assessment. I just don't care about all that talk. What happened. If woulda, shoulda, coulda, no excuses. W's a W. I can explain why I lost, but it's not an excuse. Well, if only in that last play, if the referee didn't do this and the ref didn't do that and I hit that step back 3, that's not what happened. Live in reality. I don't know. I just don't know what to do with that. I didn't see Calivan really losing that in losing that fight in that sense. But again, it's been a long time since I revisited it. Maybe I need to. Maybe you guys are right. Watch Bam Stormbrick be the endless void or the abyss. The dark void. I really hope Bam comes out of this arc with a high maturity in terms of training and technique mastery. I would hope so. Jinsung did have Caliban shook for a minute before Machete sneaked him. He used reverse flow control trying to stop. I mentioned all of these things earlier. Right? I literally went for it. I said then he used fast skip. Everyone froze. She came to sneaker sneak. That didn't change my opinion. Again, I know y'all love Hodgins song. That's your man's. I know I'm a Caliban guy. Maybe it's biased, but I just, with his hands all mangled, I just wasn't worried. I wasn't worried. When I said the 3 eggs, I was referring to the dragons as well as the eggs overall. Okay, I got you. To be fair, Baam not SIU. Baam tried to work on his basics between 2 and 3. SIU keeps giving Baam more powers faster than he can learn him. All right. If anyone else is going to train Baam, it would be Urek Mazino. So Tramray created the dragons? Yes. He did. Who is stronger, the average spear bearer or wave controller, considering that the family heads are all fishermen and spear bearers, physicality greater than magic? There's no, I don't have a way to quantify that right now, so I don't know. Kirby is Bam's true Storper kit, 25th Kirby, or what do we use? What was the other name we used to call 25th Galactus or 25th Kirby? Gotta consume, gotta eat. The way Bam be eating powers the way that Galactus be eating planets, bro. So is there anything in specific in this chapter that stood out to anybody, or would you like me to kind of go through all of my 151 questions that I had reading it? I'm gonna wait for a second as I just grab a water. All right. We are here, people. SAU finds some way to buff Caliban to Bam's level for the next time he's an enemy. He did get a power up with the electric storm, right? Family heads can literally do all positions instead that for all of them. That is true. It did say that, but they probably have a specialty. I want you guys to think of, for my football fans, and I don't mean NFL, I mean soccer, and for my basketball people, I want you to think of positions in Tower of God like positions on the pitch or on the court. Let's take Hendo. Hendo is a goalkeeper in football and a center in basketball. But he can play the four. Sorry, he can play power forward. He can run the point. He can run. He can play striker. He can play midfield. They can play every position. But there's one role that's the best suited for them based on their skill set. That's how I look at it. So me, I'm a forward. I'm a winger in football. But I could play every position except goalkeeper, and I could play them at a very high level. But I am best utilized on the left or right wing, or like just running the lines because I'm very fast, right? So that's how I look at it. Does that make sense? Okay. I only brought up Jinsung and Caliban to say that Dumas is stronger than Caliban. I agree with this. I agree with that. For sure, I agree with that. Since Jinsung and Caliban seemed close in strength, while Dumas seemed a lot stronger than Jinsung. That's a good point. That I agree with. I'm liking the art quality, but it's so odd that we're seeing the close-ups and clutter at the same time. He needs to find a better way of making our eyes flow naturally to certain things. It's very hard to tell what's happening in any given panel. But I'm with you. I don't dislike the literal drawings or effects. It's just hard to tell what's happening. That make Jihad Ayomine. Like I haven't actually come to a decision yet. 151 questions because I'm ready for the Bam dub so we can enjoy everything else again. Okay, that's a good analogy. It's like Carl Anthony Towns shooting threes, but is best at dunking and rebounding. Big purr, kitty cat. He not playing well. Dumas didn't seem to be taking Bam seriously until he got that stomach wound. Bam himself still stated he's well below Dumas. Did he say that? I gotta read that again. Bam losing again and us seeing the rest of the war and him still waking up after would be top tier though. I don't think Cat is best at anything. Big purr! Cause White is dead. Well, White's not dead. But Gamma fighting stronger people than him. Gamma, blah, blah, blah. I got you. Okay, so let me hit you guys with the 21 questions. Shout out to Nate Dogg. I'm just gonna point out everything that made me pause as I go through it slowly. So Dumas over Bam. Bam's face down, face down. He's still face down. Leviathan. Leviathan's like, "What's up, pussy?" I'm joking. I'm joking. Then he's like, "Was this always this big?" Then he's like, "What are you talking about, kid? All this is you." So I'm guessing the storage space within Bam maybe did grow. First question I had. What is he even questioning? Right? Then Leviathan said that this is Shinwan. The only time I've seen something as big as this was Traumare Shinwan Ryu. I don't remember who said this, but somebody said that maybe the thing that he has all the creatures in is a vast space, storage space, as similar to Bam's dark abyss, void, chamber, whatever you want to call it. And that's what Leviathan is talking about. So, but I'm not sure how this relates to Shinwan Ryu. Does every irregular have this type of thing within them? Remains to be seen. Then he talked about the sea dragons that they're from the eggs. Don't know what to do with that yet. And then I asked this before, but he was like, "Get up. I'll lend you the power of Traumare." So is it because he was made by Traumare, powered by Traumare, given memories, emotions, and ability, and whatever by Traumare? It's Traumare's power. Does that mean that Dumas being austerity or sternness is actually a facsimile of Gus Dang's power? Is that why he's so goddamn powerful? I saw a slight parallel there. I wasn't sure how necessarily to like weigh those two things. I'm not sure if you guys are like following me. Stay with me now. But yeah. Watch Calvin come back and SU say that he trained with the Dory or something. Just floating in nothingness, yeah. McZaff worried that he had no chance of taking him head on. Yeah, so we can't beat him in a head-to-head fight. So I took that as Bam saying he has to beat him with Hadoukens, not with Shoryukens. So he has to use projectiles. In a straight-up physical fight with him, he's not going to win. And I agree with that. There's styles make fights. Cat was the only person that came to mind. Kitty's going to Cancun with everyone else. And indeed he is. They getting swept. Sure, Traumare Shinwan Ryu. You said that Bam's unique irregular power is copy power. I always thought it was the absorption, and that absorption allows him to copy after he absorbs skills too. And that space is that too. I think two things could be true at once. I don't necessarily think they're mutually exclusive, but maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to be wrong here. I'm just saying. I've always thought the copy and the absorption could be similar or different. Maybe. That's a good point. Thank you. Or maybe talking to him. Did we ever get an explanation? It wasn't like controlling the Shinsu exactly. It seemed like the Shinsu attacked on its own volition during the early chapters of the first couple of floors. I don't think I think that's anime only, isn't it? I don't know if that was actually. I don't even remember. I don't remember. And I was always thinking that that's maybe the power from the god of the outside that Bam has, that he can devour anything. So you think that Bam's ability maybe and the god of the outside reviving him gave him two special abilities. Interesting. I wonder if all the family heads have a version of Gustang's scripture people and Trom special Shinue. Maybe. Except Quinn and Dewan. This is the old-fashioned way. He slings that meat. Since we're in the question phase, what are the chances that Dumas gets Kirby next and he's about to wake up next to the Thressas? I don't know that he will absorb Dumas. Maybe not. Maybe Dumas' armor ability or inner world. You think he would just absorb Dumas? That'd be interesting. Yeah, I will send you the power of Traum was kind of vague. I thought Leviathan was on the level of Traumare. By the way, isn't Leviathan still sealed? He's inside Bam. Leviathan is inside Bam. So Bam gets up. And he's like, well, thing turns around. Bam's powering up. The power's surging and swirling around him. I don't know if visually I'm supposed to take anything seriously. But then he goes, he's smaller than I thought. Maybe it's because I'm up here, but he looks much smaller than before. Not only smaller, but Perhaps it's more accurate to say I can see him clearly overcome blah blah blah. And he's basically saying I can see him more clearly, and the more I see him, the more I can see how strong Dumas is. He's strong. I can finally clearly see the great power of Dumas. So Leviathan's power up gave him sensory abilities. It gave him the ability to gauge how strong somebody is. So my guess was before, the idea of the best, I'll use a video game example. Let's say Dumas is level 66 and Baam prior to Dumas is level 45. Leviathan powers him up to level, let's say 64, 65, 66, around there. And now one of these, the skills he unlocked was seeing the enemy's HP bar or level or energy meter or all of it. It's all of his information. Use tattle like Paper Mario. HP, defense, attack. I got the knowledge now. And now the enemy health bar is clearly visible. That's kind of how I'm picturing it. I don't know if anyone else agrees. My throat is killing me. Why? God damn. The Shinsu attacked on his own was what Lororo said. Okay, my fault then. My fault. I think if SIU does more fist fights, a lot of characters benefit from it being laser beams. Yeah, basically that thing that the god outside power, or at least the one that gave to Baam, that he can absorb everything. That's how he was absorbing Thressas and all that too, and the god admin power. Maybe Baam can absorb Dumas since he came from scripture. I like that. He's already absorbed the book and the scripts in the book. It might be. It just might be possible. It just might be. Just might be. Because I doubt that that other regulars. Oh God, I'm so tired. Can absorb ish like Baam can. I highly doubt it. Pretty sure it's some super OP ish. And that's what makes Baam so OP. So I'm guessing he got it from the outside god. I don't think that's a bad way of looking at it. Honestly, I don't. I was just thinking, why is Baam not aiming for Dumas' heart with this 1 million projectiles right now? Maybe you just have to beat Dumas. Maybe the heart's not a thing. I don't know. Leviathan plus Baam, level 64. Then Trom's level 80. No, Trom's level 100. Then Baam plus New Conquering is level 84. Baam with New Conquering is 75. If only SIU ever explained how sensing powers work. He said, don't give SIU ideas. What other cosmetics does he need when he faces Jihad, bruh? I am merely a reader. I'm merely a host. Let's keep going. Even with Leviathan's power, there's no winning a one-on-one fight. Actually, he said one-on-one fight. What does that mean? Because there's only one person you're fighting. Unless you're saying, are you on some Ichigo-ish? Because when Ichigo fought with Zangetsu, it's like, I didn't beat you by myself, Kenpachi. It was me and my Zanpakuto. Yeah. Maybe he's talking like that. He's like, I got Leviathan with me. I got dragons with me. But it says now the tables have turned and Dumas must test the new power Baam revealed. Does that mean Dumas can't sense how strong Baam is? That was another question I had. A lot of questions I had was what the going on in this panel. But so how do we feel about Archer Baam? Archer. So he took the mandibles of Leviathan, they helixed up, and now he's shooting arrows. How do we feel about that? Is that moving people? I like it. I think it's cool. I think it looks cool. We did speak about the spirit arrow he's used to teleport stuff. I think maybe that's a different type of power ability, and he probably his thorns are not out, by the way, which I noticed. He doesn't have either the thorns out. Don't know how significant that is, but he's not using either of the two as of present. I'm getting tired, bro. I'm sleepy. Holy. Angelina Jolie. Alright. Where was we at? Come on, stupid ads. If what I said happens and Bam goes with Dumas, what do you think about Rack training with Dumas and Kun with Proust? Oh, because Proust is a light bearer. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I don't have any issues against it, but I think Gustang's finna die maybe. So depends on how this war shakes out. I don't know. Let me think. No, it makes sense to me. Need to see how Leviathan and other water dragons were made or born for me to properly accept how strong they potentially are, and it seems they're supposed to be quite strong. Agreed. All the cosmetics going to make drawing process so much more complex. That's why Super Saiyan was goated. It was simple to draw and show its power. Yeah. Part of the reason Toriyama made the Super Saiyan form was because he was tired of having to always ink Goku's hair in. And he didn't have to do that in SSJ in black and white. So, yeah. Kel Helen wants his gimmick back. What do you think about Dumas turning a little masochistic? Turning to what's his name? Dice? What's his name? Dice from Film Gold. When he used to get hit, he goes, Kimochi. Kimochi. Sorry. That'd be funny, I guess. I don't know. I don't think so because he's supposed to be the seriousness, the sternness, the austerity of Dumas. I don't even think Dumas will crack a joke. So, but that's funny though. I think the bow and wing looks cool, but I prefer the regular horns over the helix horns. Fair enough. I think Dumas is gonna beat the current Bam, and he'll have to use at least one thorn. Okay. Nah, Bam said he was gonna kill Dumas. He's cooked. In my mind, since Dumas is a scripture, there's a limit to how strong he can be, and that is really effing strong compared to all the families. It's just that it shows the different levels between family heads and the others. Yo, quick tangent. When's the Champions League finals? Saturday? That's Saturday? Let me just sorry. It just popped into my head for some reason. Saturday, right? Okay, so the day after my barbecue is Champions League at 3 o'clock. Okay, bet. Gotta remember that. The champion. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's keep going. So he makes the arrows. He starts shooting arrows. It starts to scratch Dumas. How do people feel about the kind of abrupt use of a narrator here to explain things? It's not really something SIU does really often, especially not to explain the inner thoughts of combatants in the fight. Indifferent, don't really care, didn't really notice, just curious, just asking. Bam knew it. He knew it. It wouldn't be possible to deal a mortal blow with that man with such an attack. What Bam wanted to achieve with those innumerable attacks was to find the right moment. It was during that split second when Dumas was alerted by Bam's new power, so he put it to the test and realized it wasn't threatening to him, annoying. So you see Dumas looking like, it's scratching me, but it's not really gonna hurt me like that. Just a flesh wound, merely a flesh wound, right? So he shortens the distance, but then he got played by Bam. So Bam, again on some white shit, had a plan in his head to lure in somebody close for a devastating attack and blow. So Dumas knew by instincts he made a mistake. A little late. Took the hit. He's bleeding in his torso. Bam's like, it's shallower than I thought. I gotta keep going. It was an unexpected attack, but next time I could do it. I'm talking nonsense. There's been countless of times in history when strong people have been knocked down by small scratches because of a moment of carelessness. I can't tolerate this. I can't believe that I am the scripture of the family head of sternness, blah, blah, blah. I can't believe I made this mistake. Then he yeah, then there's something happening here I don't really know, but he caught like the attack from Bam with his hands. Goes in, Bam starts to go back, firing more arrows. So he says this: despite being surrounded by thick armor, I should be grateful for this severe punishment of my weakness. Before I give my thoughts, what does that sentence mean to you? How did you interpret that? I'm just going to turn on the kettle because I'm going to make some tea for my throat. Okay, I'm back. My bad. Oh, side note, while we're thinking about that, I want to play Thousand Year Door, the remake on stream. My best friend got it for me, so I do have the game. Y'all interested in that? I need some of y'all to come to the Twitch streams more when I'm gaming. Y'all love to come when I'm reacting or talking about Tower of God, but y'all don't come when I'm gaming. And tomorrow I'm gonna answer the questions. Remember I put the community post up about give me your best theories, or link me to some theories or share theories you have. Tomorrow I'll be going through them and reading it live on stream. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. Wednesday, Pat and I are doing top 20 J. Cole songs. Our favorite J. Cole, Jermaine Cole songs. Thursday will likely be me and Glam ranking the Kubera arcs in tier list style, if not Friday. And then and then Saturday, I'm throwing who coming to the barbecue, bro? I'm throwing a barbecue. Y'all coming? Y'all coming to the queue? Who's pulling up, bro? I'm inviting y'all. Come to the barbecue. I'm on the grill. And Naya grill, nice. Sanji with the pot, boy. Anyways. In my mind, do you want the scripture? Oh, sorry, I read that already. Togashi with his gimmick wants his gimmick back. The narration felt a smidge weird in my opinion. I liked it. Togashi got me used to this ish. SIU saw the comments were complaining last week. They couldn't understand what's happening, so we literally just wrote what was happening now. Fair enough. Do you think Baam is going to use the Black Shinsu versus Dumas or Traumare? It feels to me like anytime Bam's like Black Shinsu comes, it comes at a pivotal moment or pivotal fight, or when he's emotionally pushed there. The first time I remember seeing it was versus Dada Zahard. Secondly was White. I think you have to emotionally trigger him. I think he's going to just use Leviathan plus the Thorns to win this one, in my opinion. I think against maybe like someone else, he would use that. I feel like the narrator lines could have just been inner dialogue for Baam and Dumas. That's my point. I don't hate it though, just not what SCU usually does. I'm not the biggest fan of fight the strong guy. He beats you at your ass, go back, do it again until you beat him. This ish was worse with Kaido and Luffy. I don't like it all in one sitting like this, I would say. I don't mind, like okay, Black Star and Mifune? Round 1, 2 to 3, that's different. It's not all the same night. Black Star gets mollywopped, then does better, then, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Soul Eater spoilers. I don't want to spoil nobody, my bad. I'll leave it at that. But I have no problem with you beating your head against a wall you want to surpass. But I'm with you. All of it to happen all in one, like, oh no, Naya, drink the secret water. Revival, round 2, mink. But little did they know that Naya had a secret power deep within. Like, I don't want to see that shit. Okay, that's just a personal thing, though. I'm not knocking any stories for doing that. I don't really care for that personally. So yeah, that's kind of funny. So yeah, I do have Twitch. I'll post it. Post it right here. It's not the same as my channel name, unfortunately. I probably should have tried to keep it consistent in that sense, but I'll put it here. Just by the way, like this stream if y'all in here, and just real quick, let me just do this while I'm here. Oh my god. Okay, I already forgot what I was gonna do. Oh, this is just me. I'm just gonna plug things for a quick sec while we talk. Then I'll get back to the chapter. I gotta find what I'm looking for though, because I don't even know what I'm looking for. All these thumbnails are in my way. Confusing stuff. Oh, Red Guy already started playing Paper Mario Remake. I wanna watch it. Cause I know that's my guy. I have to talk to him, bro. I wanna pick his brain about that. I'm struggling. I'm struggling bad, boy. I cannot find it, so never mind. We will not be doing that now. Cause I can't find it, so never mind. Anywho, Dumas is the embodiment of Gustang's Giga Chad thoughts. That's funny. There was a proper arc between getting your ass beat and getting a power up. The realization of some kind of growth in general, then going back to beating him. This is whack. Dumas admits he got caught lacking based on how it reads to me. He did. Yeah, he basically said, yo, I let my guard down. He said, do it. Didn't know you had Twitch? Okay, bet. It feels weird that Dumas is thankful towards Baam for punishing him for this mistake when it's Baam's fault that he made the mistake in the first place. I wrongly expected Dumas to get angry for slacking. I think it's more so it shows him the error of his ways. Like, without him to show me that I was being a little bit careless, I wouldn't have known that I was being careless. And thus, I'm grateful that he showed me that I could still be a little reckless or not fully properly analyze what it is I'm supposed to be doing in a fight. But I get you. I hear you. I'm not mad at that take. I'm definitely gonna be there for the tier list. Bet. I think surrounded by armor means that Dumas usually doesn't need to protect himself the same way because of the armor. Like a bad habit he developed. I lost where I was or something. I mean, fighting in his inner world probably isn't the norm. So typically, I would be surrounded by armor, so maybe he should enjoy this rare moment. I'll go get my passport on the airplane right now. Bet. Top tier fight trilogy. We need Mizu Luffy. Yeah. I prefer the show, not tell strategy in anime fights. I'm with you. I can't come to your gaming streams when they are so late. Sometimes I see on Discord you stream at like 5 or 6 a.m. Yeah, I do it while I can because most of the people who watch my my gaming stuff are the North Americans. And they're up much later because they probably get off work from like 6 or stuff like that. So I have the house to myself this week, so I could do them earlier. So it's better this week. I think Togashi handled beating an OP villain way better than Oda did with Kaido. Togashi did it with Chimera King. We got a really badass fight with him and Netherrealm, and it got poisoned. Listen, man, I'm not a Chimera and enjoyer. I'm not gonna discredit that or not. It is what it is. So just I don't know. It is cool. I'm not about to praise Togashi for that arc. Dumas wouldn't have taken the risk if he did this chapter, not for him being used to the armor. I thought he was referring to Shinsu reinforcements. He said terrible. Still don't understand why Leviathan is confident taking Trauma Ray's life. Neither. Same here. So just for people who are here, if you haven't already, why are you not sub to my other channel where I get to talk about all of my different interests? Film noir detective style. Look at this video. Rawness and Swag is eating. Just gonna show you guys that if you guys wanna follow that channel, definitely give me a follow. I've been doing them bi-weekly now because I just be really busy, but I wanna do them every Friday. So stay tuned for that. I do video essays on that channel about all of my interests, not just anime, manga necessarily. It's gaming. I'm working on a J. Cole one, so yeah. Baam is not even confident to beat Dumas. Yeah. Baam is so unserious as MC. Yuji and Luffy Ichigo will all bite and scratch to get a dub while Baam is actively holding back against strong enemies. Yeah, I feel it. That Neto versus Miriam scene was just an old nigga button mashing. Naya still beefing with Togashi is crazy. Saguna levels of hating, no props given. I do give him credit where credit is due. I don't think that arc is deserving of my praise. Him saying that that's an interesting way to take out an overpowered villain, I don't necessarily disagree with it. I just don't think that I have a fucking nuke in my belly that's gonna poison you, even though I lost was that interesting. I would have preferred to just see somebody else, the strongest good guy on our side, maybe take it. Again, different strokes for different folks. I'm not a Togashi and Joey. I don't like how he story tells. Breaking the K-fob and me playing up my hatred for him. Hunter x Hunter's never been a bad story. I've said this on numerous occasions. I don't think it's a bad story. I don't even dislike Yu Yu Hakusho. But how you tell me a story matters. And how his storytelling ability in Hunter x Hunter is garbage to me. 5 million hiatuses, so you don't even get a sense of continuity. Then he comes back, he kills you with text, he narrates half of it, he scribbles and doesn't fucking draw. I'm not impressed. I gave the same energy to Wicked and Divine when I was reading the comic book and they spent an entire issue with black boxes filled in with ink with dates on it. I'm consistent. This is a visual medium. You need to show and tell. I didn't freeze. I'm just holding this pause for emphasis. Naya on Kendrick's level of hate against Togashi. I hate the way that you draw. I hate the way that you write. I hate the way that your artwork looks. I hate the way that you take so long to say something so simple. But that's just me, I guess. Some things ain't that deep. It's just cringe, I guess. Everything with me is blessed. So yeah. I wasn't talking about the arc or anything, just how to handle beefing with OP villains. Some kind of art smart or crafty-ish with that. I mean, other Shonen Jump people have done it too. You know, I hear you. And Luffy's ass conveniently getting killed by Kaido and coming back again and again. I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't like the Kaido fight. I don't like Wano. I don't like Egghead. I don't even like One Piece right now. I haven't liked One Piece in months. I'm not disagreeing with you. Now, do you also think people severely underestimate Traumeré? Because at this point, I think it's the case. I think at this point, if you're still underestimating him, you're an idiot. I think before there was reason to think so, but Traumeré is a lot more cunning and devious and underhanded than we might have thought initially. I'm not underestimating him. I just want Gustang to come out on top. But I would agree with that, with what you're saying. Did I see his fight with Kizaru? He held back his most powerful ability for no reason. I'm not far behind. I'm only like 2 chapters behind. Listen, I don't want to talk about it. Please don't let me talk about what's happening on Egghead. Please. I'm in so much fucking pain. Okay? I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. What's One Piece? I've never read it. A pirate manga? That's interesting. I'll put it on my read list. Never heard of Oda. Wow. I mean, sure, but I'm saying if you want to have weaker folks beat OP villains, fighting them in one sitting over and over again until you beat them is just lame as F. And I need you to know that you're reading Tower of God, so you can't expect that from him. That's just not how SIU writes stuff. You have to understand in some ways. I can't even blame this. Hold on. I have to be careful here. Because Marvel and DC have this problem too. So it's not an Eastern versus Western storytelling style type of thing. I think it just depends on the competency of the writer, the artist, the creative team. I'm with you. If you're going to bring a villain that we have no hopes of defeating, the way they lose has to make sense. Just getting knocked out and getting back up with a slight power up is not the way that it works. It's not sexy to me. But I would argue that most webtoons that are power fantasies operate like this, especially Tower of God. Baam is a power fantasy MC. He's already in a lot of ways the strongest character from the moment he walks in. So I don't know that we can expect that from a story that's never done it. I think you have to get used to it. Remember I made that video talking about power in the tower? It's given, not earned. You might just have to accept that as a reality of Tower of God. Training and hard work only go so far. Your lineage, your luck, your latent potential and ability, all those things, that dictates how far you can or can't go. It is what it is. Accept it or don't. That's kind of where I'm at with that. We need the Euphoria instrumental on a Naya Togashi rant. Naya on the stream, ho. Togashi, you can't draw, bro. I'm joking. Watch Tron be the hidden final boss of Tower of God. That'd be hilarious, actually. He kills the king. Would I hate that? Execution is everything. He fed those memories to the water dragon. Naya couldn't handle the trauma of OP and the TOG at once. I genuinely think a motivated Traumaray would defeat Gustang. I mean, Traumaray really manipulated Gustang and others. I don't know that I think that Traumaray is just going to win because he's more motivated or stronger. I just think that he actually has something hidden in reserve, a plan, a long term, whether short term or long term, or just something about him that we're underestimating or haven't fully seen. I do think Gustang's probably overall. I don't know, actually. I don't know. I have no idea. Fair enough, though. Trauma. Baam don't fight stronger opponents, though. He just fights up those weaker than him, but SLU act like he doesn't. Would you say Gege is doing a good job of how to beat an OP villain with this current, I guess, Suguna? No, I don't like it. I haven't really enjoyed this. I don't think it's the worst thing I've seen. I'm not like I'm not like mad. I'm just kind of like, all right, I guess. No, this is not the best execution, but it's not the worst. I'd put it somewhere in the middle. It's just kind of mid. Yeah, I guess that's all I can really say for you. I don't love it or hate it though. I'm in the middle. That being said, I'm not a Gege meat writer. I don't write his rod either. I think he does a lot of they do a lot of things well with JJK, and I think they have a lot of things that people overhype. So you guys gotta know me, man. I'm not a glazer by nature. I glaze very few things. So if I'm glazing and I'm ride-rodding, there's a reason. I think I think the bar of greatness has been lowered overall. This is like sports, basketball, everything. Like I just like, he's a great player. I'm like, what has he done? He averages 30, 10, and 10 and hasn't made the playoffs. Why am I impressed by him? Well, I think he could be better than him, but he has 3 rings. He has 6. You have to win the game. You have to reach the mountain point. I will never let you downplay winning. The Ronaldo and Messi conversation ended the day Messi completed football and Ronaldo didn't. That conversation is over. I don't care how many goals Ronaldo scores. And that's my favorite football player. You have to win the World fucking Cup to bring that conversation back to being a conversation. You are now number 2 all time to Messi. I find that with a lot of stories and stuff too, people lower the bar of greatness in terms of what they will accept artistically from a writing standpoint, fusing both together, and I just won't do that. You can have your own rating system and metric, cool on you. I'm not going to lower the bar of greatness. And I find that Gege gets a lot of praise for things I don't necessarily think they deserve praise for, but I don't think JJK is bad. It's just not my series. I'm beating the dead horse, but imagine when that ish happens in One Piece where characters just don't die anyways. That combined with getting your ass beat again, you can never die. Yes, One Piece. There's so much hope for Hatsu being a self-made character, then he got that fuck-ass sword. Facts. Since Traumaray spent so much time in his room, maybe he was constantly Batman prepping against other family heads. He might be on some Amanda Waller, Bruce Wayne. I have a plan to take out every member of the Justice League specifically. I like that. The thing is, even if Traumaray is craftier and smarter or whatever, he just walked into Gustang's playing field, agreed to all his terms and all that. But then again, maybe he has something that gives him all the confidence. Yep. That's the issue I have with Baam's abilities. They are never explained enough. Like, we're told if he gets hit by certain stuff, he'll gain those abilities, but even that isn't consistent. It is passive. I understand, Devin. I understand. The Sukuna Gauntlet is near perfect in my opinion. It wouldn't work on Kaino, but it fits Sukuna's character. I don't know. I don't really want to dog on it or criticize it because I'm not a JJK person. I wouldn't say I'm the most knowledgeable. I'm not a huge fan of the series. So I would just say take my passing comments with a grain of salt. but I'm not enjoying it. I have my issues with it as just a person who cares about writing and storytelling, and then some that might be specific to the narrative of Jujutsu Kaisen. But again, I don't think it's trash. Just to make that clear. But hey, man, maybe something will change. I don't know. I won't lie to you. What happened in the recent chapter, I didn't like it. According to Jin Sung Ha, the family heads were equal to each other. It's family itself, which was different power level. If we exclude the family heads, I don't think I agree with that. But maybe you're right, and it's just a matchup thing. But I don't know. I think there's definitely a small hierarchy, but it could just be like, okay, we're all phenomenal basketball players, but he's a three-point specialist. You're a dunk merchant. You're a defensive specialist, like let's say that's Hendo. You're the best slasher. You're the best passer. It could be like that. They're all equal in strength, but the thing that they specialize in, anima, swordsmanship, a flame user, Jian Sula, that's what kind of differentiates them. But I still think there's a hierarchy. It could be by tiers. I've asked this question in videos. Go watch those videos. I've asked these questions. I'll be asking y'all stuff. I do. Ninjas think that Chainsaw Man is actually greatness, need to be studied because it ain't it. I don't like Chainsaw Man, but I haven't got far enough to really criticize it. I just don't like it. I've never read or watched EJK. How's that compared to usual shonens anyway? Good fights, cool plots. There's any strong points? I'd actually say out of the newer things, out of Shonen Jump, Weekly Shonen Jump, JJK is amongst some of the best newer shonens. I don't like it more than Sakamoto Days, Mashal, or Kaiju number 8, but I think it's in that sphere. I'm gonna give a hot take. I think Yaiba is better, but I have my issues with Yaiba though. But I think Yaiba's been better. But I think you'd enjoy it. I'm not really like attached. I'm not really like a manga head like that. Like I just like good stories. I don't care if it's a comic, a webtoon, a game, a movie, a show, live action, cartoon, Chinese animation from Europe. Shit, I'll be watching Black Pills, Bobby Pills. I'll be watching shit en français. Tu connais? So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I just go where the good stories are being told. I'm not attached to any medium. I think a lot of people are super webtoon people, super anime people, super manga people. And I think because I enjoy manga and a lot of manga, they think I'm like that too. And it's like, I have an eclectic, set of interests that range all across, the world. Like I tell people I watched a mecha series, a short film from Jamaica. Awesome. I'm reading shit from France. I'm watching shit from China. I've experienced stories and narratives from the Middle East. Like I can't attach myself to one thing. So I think that's why my palette is a little more diverse than the average person. And because my perspective it paints a larger brush than most people. Because most people are like, I know storytelling, and all you've done is read manga your whole life. You do not know storytelling if all you do is read comics and graphic novels. It doesn't work that way. You don't know how writing works for a play, for a script, a screenplay, for a comic, for a visual novel, a light novel. You don't know how all it works. I do. I studied these things. I did those things. You get what I'm saying? So, anywho, we went on a bit of a tangent. But anywho, let's get back to where we was at though. What he meant that they were so far above everyone else, it results in a situation like Cold War, mutually assured destruction. I think you could say that a lot of things in TOG, a lot of things aren't explained properly. Sorry, TG, but you're here now, man. You're here now. You don't need to apologize for your takes because people do be hyping things and have poor execution due to their bias. As a stan, not a fan. Not gonna lie, in JJK, the villains have more plot armor than the main cast. By the way, I love Mahito. I think Mahito was the best villain in JJK. I still stand on that. I actually found Grip Jaku more compelling than Sukuna as well. Honestly, I think the Sakuna Gauntlet was a good idea, but the lack of development for 90% of the cast and side characters made me uninterested in it. It gets tiring. Agreed. I was thinking about what makes characters powerful and the regulars. Not going to write too much here, but for example, how was the Knack as strong as Rand? She got Jihad blood from her mother. Rand got it directly. Fair. Did I ever watch something manhwa TV, a perfect masterpiece? So I will tell you this, right? I don't believe in the concept of perfection. Other people might feel otherwise. I don't think there's a perfect video game, person, song, album, chapter, drink, meal. Like, I don't believe in the idea of perfection. When I give something a 10 out of 10 for me, it doesn't mean I think it was flawless. It means I think it was a masterpiece, or what I believe said product or piece of content was trying to do, executed it pretty like executed it to a T. I will not judge a slice of life for no fights. If it's a slice of life about being the school director and I think you did a good job, I'll give you a 10. Like, hey, this story was about the principal running a school and the trials of tribulations of being a principal and the school system. Do I think you conveyed that well in your story? Yes, I'll give you a 10. That's how I operate. I don't believe in perfection. That's just me. So that's how I feel about it. Where was I? I'm so far behind, y'all. My personal investment in JJK arc is I need a UGW. Sukuna has embarrassed him so many times that I want to get revenge, but it's not gonna happen. He does, cause Sukuna be little broing him like, what are you here for? You're a loser. He's a loser. Like, Sukuna be torturing that nigga, bro. I also believe this hierarchy strength believe family has, but I believe it's very small. I'm not mad at that take. I'm not mad at that. If they aren't equal, but any fight would mean their families get wiped out. I agree with that. I hate it when people praise Gege just for subverting expectations, but that leads to ish without substance. I agree. Subverting just to subvert is not a good idea. Came in the chat to see Naya talking about specialization and hierarchy, all true, but tell me, does Naya like the Tower of God chapter? Do you guys remember what I said? You could tell him. I do think Demon Slayer is alright, but Ninja's overhyped it. I agree. It's because of the anime. Demon Slayer was good until the final bits. I don't like how it ended, but I think the last arc before they take down Muzan was really good. With all the upper moons, I really like that part. Animation carries a lot of the series, just saying. I'm actually not denying that, but I am actually talking about the manga, though. I'm not the person who's being tricked by the anime. I can't think of a single subversion that wasn't set up in this battle with the possible explanation of Kenny getting spawn camped. Honestly, I do love Hunter x Hunter and I think it's the best shonen, but I never thought about it. It makes sense what I say. There is too much text and you can say it in a shorter way at times than drawing, and I get you. Again, breaking the facade of me being a hater. Again, it's not a bad story, but again, I always say this. The comedian example, I could objectively have a funny joke. If you do these 10 things, your joke is objectively funny. But what if I'm on stage and I'm like, all right, so the other day I was passing by the hood, right? Oh, wait, shit. Before that, there was, okay, like I'm fucking the joke up because I'm not telling it properly. Storytelling is not just about I could write well. I can explain things well. It's when to explain things, how to pace things, and then the cadence of your narrative and how you're actually telling the story. Just putting a bunch of big words in there doesn't make it good writing. I think people forget that. And this is a visual medium, not a novel. It's a graphic novel. You have to show and you have to tell, and you should probably split it 50-50 or 60-40 show and tell. Gege has done well dropping Peak for 4 months straight, not arguing Traumare fans today. Didn't I like the chapter? I'll die on the hill that 236 and 261 are amazingly written, but that doesn't mean it's enjoyable for most people. You talking about JJK? It's crazy how people who only see Dragon Ball and JJK act like they're experts in literature. Yeah, they do that sometimes. I always hate when niggas say they're there for the storytelling, yet don't even go to the source material. Fair. Did Naya like the chapter? Calling that a grip Jaku is just crazy. Grippy. If something is subjective, which most things are, there ain't such thing as perfect. Yes. I didn't actually hate the chapter. Just so you know. I started off the stream by saying that. Perfection don't exist, but that ish can be raw. Facts. UG is a loser. I agree. I gave it a 5.5 to a 6. I have a lot of questions. That's all I said. So yeah, like the stream, man. Like the stream. Let's wrap this up though. I'm ready to go do something else. I'm ready to go do something else. Did I have any more questions? I don't know. Be shooting stuff. Well, whatever, man. Whatever, dog. They fighting. Cool. Let's read the comments, and then we'll call it a week. See what they got to say today. Oh, let me not do that. Let me make sure. Let me. Almost forgot. I'm in the wrong browser. Translate. Let's get to the bottom. Oh my God. Scroll. There's like a lot of comments. So if I get tired of reading them, I'm going to stop. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm going to stop reading them. Switch to English. Bada boom, bada bing. Microsoft Edge. C. Great. Okay. Hold on. I'll just message him. Give me a second. What the hell? Okay, I guess I'm not doing that. Sorry. This is very unprofessional. Okay. Let's read this shit. Oh, wait. What the fuck? Yeah, JJK, I don't think it was perfect, but every issue I have with it is more on execution than actual writing. It's a different type of quality problem. I feel it. Okay. I know you've built up the power soldier that chewed up, but if... Wait, I'm on the wrong thing again. God damn it, Naya. Sorry. Did I... Okay, boom. All right. No, I know it was built up because the power of Leviathan. If you're going to Chuba, you want to take the blue Barry, the red Barry, the godlike chestnut, and the... I guess you didn't finish that? I want you to write the Uramega Overlord ticket. Where did you draw one before? Like Leviathan said, just use it on Trauma Ray. Does that mean Dumas is a family member? It's a children's fairy tale, just a garbage dog webtoon. Damn. If you're watching that sick webtoon for free and you're laughing at it, pay to leave a comment on the preview. Ha ha ha. When will the Tower of God be completed? Something when. Luffy is 5th and Kaido is victorious. Then Bamka awakens and wins. Ha ha ha. Became a stag beetle. If you're really gonna fight like that, why did you eat Enryu's thorn? I'm squirming with a squirt gun. I really can't get the power balance right. Even if you zoom in on this book and say you shouldn't draw a picture, you should know that you are stubborn. I have no idea what the picture is. Die, knight. The black god beast that I drew a line with my fingers in that space, blah blah blah, yada yada. Oh really? Something plot. The end. Taha, sympathy. Why the hell are you enlarging the picture? I was really drawing it like that in the past. When I got sick in the comments and said it would get better, but it's like this again. Howdy har har. I'd rather reduce the amount. It's uncomfortable to watch all the battle scenes on 3x zoom. But why the author amount of times again? It's like real life, so it's over in the past. Haha, I understand the night ability itself is a black hole sucking absorbing, but it's become too hybrid. I think it would be better to push the concept of porridge with the black beast. Do you want to show a Hunter x Hunter style development? Transcendent instant fraud. Throw away this kind of thing and keep bringing strange things. Tower God was a manga unique drawing style and story, but it hurts to see what's turned into the Chinese mass-produced cartoon. It's more exciting when you merge Voltrons. As night fell, SIU searched. Yes, there were positions called Spirit Keepers, Anglers, Hardy Har. I forgot to draw. It's Quang. I guess it's just onomatopoeia. Lend me my strength. End of the chapter. SIU search Nietzsche. Dig through the night, unpack the rice cakes, and finish it. Maza. That's it. Webtoons just need to be evaluated. Evaluated. Why do you comment out 3 times? Isn't tickling the night and the night's a surfer? Just kill the bastard and rewrite the story. Oh my god. If you're going to keep using position settings, you can draw it right. Or if you want to give an orb, you should use an orb. Why use a bow again? And Leviathan has a passive attribute. The biggest problem with Tower Guard right now is the cut size. I don't know what kind of stupid bastard suggested it, but at some point I started not getting a full picture on my phone screen. There's a reason he wanted to show off his work, or he had to grow it because the scale of the battle had grown. But such a cut is only once for impact. If you draw it that way, it doesn't enter the screen for each shot. Of course, you won't be able to immerse yourself in it. The Dragon Ball artist said he drew each character's movements while considering the direction of the reading book and the position of the next cut. Akira Toriyama, you're a legend, man. Rest in peace, brother. I think it's time to think about whether or not something is missing. Yada yada. It's not like you're fighting crude. Even if 1,000 Dumas come, so many comments. I don't want to read all this, bro. I don't want to read all this. Something. Anything interesting? Stop using sound effects. Okay. It's so hard to watch apart from the content and story. I just see sound effects. This didn't even get translated. Why don't you use the black power? Surfer, Caliban, range attacks, bow. I understand. Why should I look at the screen easily? The only thing I remember is this kind of thing. I don't have the black power. I'm more. Enryu Gashi fish. There's no real answer. Enryu thorns are like fish thorns. It's outrageous. Probably the concept the vessel can melt anything into the black beast and the wine. Alright, man. I'm tired, y'all. Wow. Hold on. That's crazy. It died off screen? That shit died off screen. What would you guys rate the chapter? What was your favorite panel? What was your favorite piece of dialogue? And let's call it a Monday. Naya's tired. He needs to go rest his brain. What you said. That should have fixed it. Why didn't I fix it? Oops, that's the wrong camera. Come back to the Nikon. We in the dark void right now. We in blackness, yo. We in darkness. Yeah. You said Oda set that up? What the fuck is that? What is wrong with you? Alright, I don't even know what's going on with the camera. I don't want to fight it today. It's been giving me problems too when I'm trying to record skits. Like, what the hell? Why did that take so long? Stupid ass. Yeah, my favorite panel was Baam with the 2 spiraling Leviathans around his arm like he's Das Bones. That was clean. Dialogue was probably about like, I don't know, the storage or something. I don't know, man. Try again next week again. I don't have any strong opinions. They're back on demon time. Transits are getting better. They are. They're not feeling it. They're going crazy. Gay ideas aren't bad, but the execution and lack of showing stuff goes from a point to a point, pointing to point B. Forget my main issues. I got you. The font's too small due to Gay playing the weekly hype train game at the expense of a fluid experience. 5, 4.5 to 5.5. We inside Baam now. 6, 7, but graded on the curve. Fair enough. Tap in tomorrow on Twitch. We're gonna do the Tower of God. I'm gonna read you guys theories and everything, so that'll be tomorrow. We'll probably do it at the same time. Probably start like 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys be safe. For my Patreon people, check the Patreon tonight. You guys know I update it like 4 videos at a time on Mondays. And if you're not on the Patreon, why the fuck not? It's time. I don't care. No one says I have the best Patreon that I've seen. Other people do not update that shit. I update it weekly. Come to the Patreon. That being said, I hope everyone is safe. My favorite dialogue, Dumas. The little ass ninja, but can still whoop my ass though. I feel it. But yeah, y'all be safe, man. 7 out of 10. Last question, Naya, but thoughts on D Gray Man? I love D Gray Man, but D Gray Man doesn't come out often enough for me to stay invested because I'm a person like you need to drop, bro. I'm not a hiatus merchant. I don't like Black Lagoon's another series that I really like, but these people just like Black Lagoon don't really come out. I didn't know of this, but apparently recently D Gray Man's been coming out a lot. But it's funny. I feel like I've spoken about D Gray Man and Claymore a lot recently in the past month. But D Gray Man was one of my favorites for a long time. Yu Kanda was one of my favorite characters for a long time. I think the Millennium Earl stuff was great. I love the concept of innocence. Shout to Cross, all that stuff. D Gray Man's also the only manga that made me cry with Miranda during the Edo. You guys weren't here for this because this was on Griever stream. Let me show y'all something real quick. Y'all didn't get to see this. Now, I don't like my list, but I was on Griever stream doing a top 10 Shonen arcs. So if you guys want to look at that, I can do that. Let me just switch back to this. If you want to take a gander real quick. Again, take it with a grain of salt. He kind of asked me on a whim. And I don't know that I fully agree with it. But this is what I came up with. So I have the Sanctuary arc from Saint Seiya at 10. I have the Northern Campaign from Claymore. I have the Edo and Asian branch from D Gray Man. I don't know what happened to my... There you go. I have the Toho Shinki arc in Beelzebub, but I can replace that with like the Fuji arc when he puts the tissues in his nose. Acid Tokyo arc for Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles. I had Jailhouse Lock from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6, Stone Ocean. I just do a shout out to Hitagi N from Monogatari. I had Rindaman Round 2 in Crows. I had the Curse of the Rainbow arc in Katekyoshi Hitman Reborn. Sisters arc in A Certain Magical Index, the Kumagawa Incident, Madaka Box, and the Water 7 Saga in total. If you force me to pick an arc, NES lobbies for Thingamajig. So yeah. So that's my list, people. I'll scroll up. So 1, Water 7, Kumagawa Incident, Sisters arc, Curse of the Rainbow arc, Ridderman Round 2, Hitagi N, this is a shout out, Jailhouse Lock, Acid Tokyo, Toho Shinki, Edo and Asian branch, Northern Campaign, and Sanctuary from Saint Seiya. D Gray Man is Hunter x Hunter's cousin. I'm not sure what that means, but sure. I miss Claymore. Yeah. Am I still doing the top 30? Yeah, but probably next week. Pat and I are doing our favorite 20 J. Cole songs on Wednesday. So we're still doing a music stream. I guess Wednesday just might be the music stream day. So yeah. It needs a reboot though. I feel it. The Kumagawa incident was so gas. Yeah. I don't have a Gintama arc on here, and that doesn't sit right with my spirit. So I fucked up somewhere. Cause there's no way that I don't have like something from Gintama in my top 10 all-time shonen arcs, but I kind of did it at the last second on a whim. It was hard for me to really get it. So yeah. He said for the thingamajib, he really ain't free. Yeah. So, anywho, y'all be safe. Nia Hammond's out. Take care of each other. Keep care of yourselves. Thank you for coming. Like the video. Share it with your friends. Subscribe. Become a member. Come to the Twitch streams.